Dead flipping the Great Pyramids. Nothing in this video should be confused as diminishing the Herculean effort to build these structures. The Great Pyramids are a testament to the ability of mankind to do so much with so little. This video explores the genius employed by the ancient builders. The Great Pyramids are a good example of debt management because there are several challenges solved by using the obstacle against itself. The common theories for transporting a couple million 2 to 3 ton limestone blocks and several thousand 35 to 80 ton granite blocks begin with dragging. The main problem involves the bottom edge of the block digging in and plowing earth. The ignored problems are rope tying, stretching, and slicing. A large roller under the rope can help lift the stone and compact and level the ground, but more importantly provide a level pulling angle for the workers. The experts quickly moved to accept sledges. However, the stone could be carved with a curve, and the self-tightening ropes protected by stone corner guards. Wooden rollers are thought to ease transport. However, the rollers need to be perfectly aligned and incompressible, along with abrasion resistant. But even this does not prevent the ground from yielding to the heavy assembly, bogging the whole migration down. Bigger rollers made from stone would improve the process and reduce negative ground effects. Each roller could have extensions to help with alignment, either automatically through chaining or manually repositioned as necessary. The heavy rollers are then easily rolled back to the front of the line, and movement continues. Rollers are not realistic. And another problem is access to the growing pyramid. The first proposal defined a massive linear ramp, consuming more stone than the pyramid itself. A spiral ramp that gets chipped away at the end is more reasonable. However, this requires a pulley to turn the corners, and the experts say, no wheel. But what about those rollers they are allowing? The Egyptian technology includes the bow drill for boring holes and starting fires. The wheel is not beyond their grasp. The argument over the existence of the wheel focuses on axle technology. That's the limiting factor. Where are you going to find an axle strong enough to take the weight of the stone? Well, maybe just use the stone itself, wrapped in arched blocks tied together to form a wheel, or use wrapped reeds and timbers. In fact, a cocoon of reeds would make water transport really easy. Early boats were constructed by stitching planks together, and is the basis for the tent of meeting in the Moses story. An A-frame lifts the cut stone off the ground and can be used for dragging. There are multiple ratcheting methods using pry bars and sand weighting to replace workers. However, employing pendulum motion uses the weight of the block to tighten 2 ropes in turn and lift the block. The double pendulum allows 1 rope to be tightened while the other rope takes the weight. Most of us have experienced a swing set lifting off the ground from excessive momentum of the riders. This pendulum motion allows the leg pairs to be moved forward in turn. The workers twist the structure when opposing legs lift off the ground as the weight transfers from side to side, and the stone is literally walked across the land. This avoids all road building, smoothing, and stiffening for those annoying rollers. The stone ledges of the pyramid support counterweight cranes that make use of an overlooked resource, an abundance of sand. The various hooks in Egyptian hieroglyphs can be used to make quick-release sandbags or boxes. My contributions to the recreation of pyramid building using ancient technology employs jiu-jitsu, lifting and transporting through weight transfer, and also using the mass of the stone for shaping in a manner similar to bucksawing. With the weight balanced, the stone is used as the hammer. It is swung between 2 or more workers, crashing into the neighboring stones, smoothing out all surfaces for a tight fit. These are good discussions for the small stones of the Great Pyramids, but there are others like the 3 massive stone blocks beneath the Temple of Jupiter, known as the Trilithon at Baalbek. These are estimated at 1,000 to 1,200 tons. Rolling is possible, but there is a better way. A 100-foot cube capable of lifting 100 to 200 tons using hot air. The Baalbek stones would require something a bit larger, with multiple connections. All it takes is textiles and fire, two things readily available, even fire-resistant silks from China. Study this Egyptian carving while I cover a difficult topic. It deals with Sharia law punishing kite flying with death, because the activity represents a non-Islamic influence. But what about powered kites, called airplanes? How do Muslims justify using that form of travel if kite flying is an evil influence? The truth is, the reason is lost to time, but it can be resurrected. Warring nations drove out ancient technologies, like the hot air balloon. The ancient Hindu texts called it a flying carpet, a flying textile. Nothing says it has to stay flat. Bad translations help hide the truth, but at the same time preserve the evidence of air transport. It was made illegal because that's how the competing nations lifted their statues, monuments, and temple stones. Once conquered, this technology was lost, even after the people were liberated and took back their lands. However, clues remain, like in this carving. A winged goddess sitting above a heated cauldron. What is being heated? Air, captured under her spread wings. All the background carvings are the various hook, flail, and ankh tools. Modern translators get sloppy and assign leadership and religious meanings instead of engineering purpose to these individual and group symbols. The ankh is a quick connect for moving stones, coupling ropes, or attaching counterweights. The hook, or crook, comes in multiple forms and represents latching mechanisms, triggers. The flail is similar to an ancient fly swatter, still used in modern times. However, its metal end is bent inward and is nothing more than a hitch pin, with the leather straps acting as attached cotter pins with a simple braiding. The ankh is inserted into slots carved into the stone, twisted 90 degrees, and held in place by a hook. A commonly discussed method involves a deep undercut and angled metal tabs used to lift the block. Once inserted, the center plate locks the tabs in place. Convenient, but not found in any archaeological record, whereas two forms of ankh are everywhere, thus not a holy symbol or sign of leadership, rather a simple quick hitch, showing engineering improvement. If only there was something that pulled all these concepts together. No surprise, the evidence is everywhere. A handful of sand. Many handfuls of sand. Placed in a container. Employing ropes, undercuts, and hitch pins. To lift a stone in balance by counterweighting. The top section of the carving shows the operation of the tools. The ankh inserted into the undercut with a rope attached. But what about balloon evidence? Rope serpents controlling lofted bubbles are a common headdress of the larger characters, denoting great strength. To lift weights. And why does this leader have 6 fingers? Maybe the reason why ancient math is base 12 and not 10? Workers sit on the lofted block, traveling over the sand, pulled by animal power. The ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs need to be retranslated. The ebook Gods Gone Wild explores the construction of the Great Pyramids, along with many other ancient mysteries. The book is a unique investigation revealing lost science and technology. By identifying errors in the ancient documents and fully describing the images contained within the records, Gods Gone Wild provides new solutions to all these topics. The book is a work in progress, meaning modifications and new topics will be added as time permits. Visit ostrichize.com for more information.